These are real situations. The problem gets to be in the rhetoric and the political environment here, and I'm sure Washington as well, is that the individuals get forgotten in the process. We forget that people have been losing homes for a number of years now, not just a recent phenomenon of the latest fiscal meltdown. It's been going on for quite a while.
On behalf of the 23,000 eating and drinking establishments in New Jersey employing over 300,000 people in the state, the New Jersey Restaurant Association is here today to present an element of the misery tax. A proposed increase in the excise tax on wine and spirits by 25%, projecting to yield $22 million to the state of New Jersey's state budget for fiscal year 2010. With this 25% wine and spirit tax increase, the small pleasures in life, including the champagne toast at the wedding, the margarita after work, or the bottle of wine shared at dinner, will cost consumers more. Another example of the rising misery index for residents of New Jersey. Currently, the retail price of the average bottle of wine and spirits includes 50% tax. That's miserable enough. Governor Corzines' proposed budget calls for increasing that tax by 25%, and that tax increase cannot be absorbed by restaurants, bars, and catering facilities and liquor stores. So we'll have to pass that tax along to the millions of customers we serve every day.
For the past 25 years, I owned and operate 5 restaurants here in New Jersey. During those 25 years, we've grossed over $140 million, paid over $8 million in sales taxes to the state, and almost $1 million in real estate taxes. My partner testified about 5 years ago in these chambers about the unfriendliness in New Jersey, and he moved to Florida. He sold his home in Howell Township, and he's now a full-time resident down in Florida. And that's what you're going to see more and more happen here in this state. Those that can afford to move will move out of state.
A wise member once told me that restaurants are an industry of pennies, not dollars. And that's because the hospitality industry average net profit is 3%. For every dollar that walks through our doors, we see 3 cents in profit. So every tax increase, every fee increase is like death by 1,000 little cuts, adding up to a lot of dollars that in this economy, increasingly, we don't have.
We have always been taught to work hard, to make a living, to give back to our community. There is very few organizations that come into my restaurant that ask for something that I send away empty-handed, whether it's a part in a festival I'm having for the restaurant, or a gift certificate, or a platter of food. And it is the tax increases and the increases in expenses that Corey has so ably addressed that are making these things impossible for me. After nearly, so let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, over almost 5 centuries, I'm going to be the first generation that will not be able to retire in New Jersey, my home state.
Further, a website has been established where emails can be sent to legislators, axtaxesnotjobs.com. This link can be accessed at the website NJRAssociation.com. We know when this tax was increased last, in the early 1990s, it had a negative impact.
Many of you don't know that restaurants are a big community supporter. Each restaurant gives about $30,000 a year back to the community, whether it's through donations, sponsorships to softball teams, Little League teams, PTOs, Board of Education, car washes. We have a Montgomery Township car wash in a day raised over $5,000. Also in our industry, which nobody really realizes, we take a lot of people that have never had a job before in their life. It's their first job, we train them. Many of our people have gone on to own their own restaurants. We have a Guatemalan gentleman that started with us 6 years ago, and now he's a manager of one of the restaurants making over $60,000 a year. We have 2 women managers that do a great job for us. We hire a lot of minorities. Our schedules are very flexible. They can come in, work their shift at lunch, go home, and meet the kids off the bus. Restaurants revitalize towns. Look what's happening in Red Bank and Asbury Park. We have some members in Asbury Park doing great jobs in revitalizing Asbury Park. They're bringing jobs, they're bringing income, and what this state is proposing is going to hurt those opportunities.
Right now, I think the total factor in New Jersey is something like a $14,000 for every man, woman, and child just in the debt that we currently have incurred. And this is an official number coming off the state financial reports. Cost of living is going up, the misery index is going up to reflect that. And what we need to do is come back and accept the fact that we have to factor in the individual situations and look forward to appropriate fiscal reform going forward. We cannot continue to give things away and expect somebody else to bail us out. It's sort of like the Madoff Ponzi scheme. That's what I think we're dealing with here in the state. Point being is we have to come together, and I don't think the changes are going to occur in Trenton within this facility here. I think they're going to come when we, the citizens of this state, the business owners, the individual citizens, my kids, your kids, because we're really passing along a heavy burden to these next generation.